to the Justice Show with Jackie Ray Phillips on yaxradio.com and acceleratorradio.net. Ding! Ding! Tonight we have the ladies of the Chatting House, and we have some amazing in-studio guests. And of course, I'm going to give love to Miss Angie Johnson Murphy and Miss Melina Murray in the house tonight. Yay! I'm excited. So we're back with and so Ms. Laura G, please, we talked about Black Unity.
We did. Our topic was Black Unity, Black
Like
family.
JJ from Good Times would say.
Moving on.
But it's still Black family.
It was a little downer there is what the feedback is.
Right, that means we got our work to do. We will revisit our Soulful Sunday Challenge. I think let's try to push that on the straight rail. We're gonna put that together on the offline.
We'll put it offline and
But,
get back to you.
yeah, because Shelly C got some juicy stuff for us. I
Celebrity
promised the ladies.
segment.
Yes, go.
Well, first of all, Jackie, in spirit of lightening things up,
Okay.
you asked me a couple of weeks ago when I was here at the show, you asked me to bring up Miss Queen Brown. Girl.
Tell me the juice.
Wow, girl, she has just got, well, she was released in August, my birthday month, which I'm so excited about. But she got released, and she is dating a Christian man who is doing music. He used to be a Pretty Ricky. His name is Jay Long, and he used to be married to, remember Total? Pam, the one, I can't wait for the day. That one, he was married to her. And yes. And he broke up with her when
First
Centoya got out.
See?
What?
They say. They say.
And all I can say is Centoya is glowing and she's got a smile on her face. And he fine as hell. Fine as hell.
I told you.
I told you.
Well,
I told you.
congratulations, Victoria.
So that's something to be happy about. In the celebrity news, that's my girl. I wish her so much luck because I had a passion for her. So
You did.
I'm so glad that she is happy and she's smiling and she's looking up at him and it's wonderful. The other thing that we wanted to talk about that Miss Jackie wanted to please talk about Kevin Hart.
Let's do. Bullying.
Kevin
I'm
Hart.
just, I mean, only because it's just a lot. From the car accident, the legalities regarding that.
Yeah.
And did you see this footage of the $60 million lawsuit lady? Yes.
I saw that.
I can pull it up on the TMZ. She is suing him for $60 million. For this sex tape, Shelly got it right there. This sex tape video shoot, Shelly, you got it?
I'm trying to get it up. Hold on.
Was he involved in this?
Yes,
was
he's in
yes.
photograph. Lord, you got the photo I sent you?
I do, yeah.
Cause I maybe go to girl, Melina.
Yes.
All up on her, just laid up, just all up in the cut. Just,
complete story.
Okay, so
he
why?
laid up like this one.
So why is she suing?
Well, she. Go ahead, Dante.
Go ahead.
I mean,
Money. He's what he's saying.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
Look, Angie, let me see. So it's she's claiming that Shelly, you got the deeds. That's not my seg. So anyway, she's claiming.
I haven't read it.
Go ahead. No.
You're so animated with it. Go ahead.
I know, but Shelly, I just wanted to understand because this is a lot going on.
A lot.
I'm just saying, for him, you just been in this horrible car accident, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's
Karma.
even more. Shut up. There's even more stuff coming up. Okay, so you got this horrible car accident. Your back is 3 lines broken places.
You got a what?
It's back. It's
Okay,
messed up
okay.
in spinal injuries, 3 places. And then you wake up out this coma to find out that your side bitch is suing you for $60 million.
Yikes.
And then they talking today about more lawsuits might hit because of this damn car
Car accident.
And his ass didn't have on harnesses. The shit wasn't safety regulated. So
Right.
each individual that was in that accident,
Is trying
all
to
got they
He's
all
suing
lawyered
him.
up. They all lawyered
But and
up.
then he's got a suit against the company that
I
redid
right.
the car.
Yeah.
That redid the car.
So Yeah. he's gonna go after the customers.
He's going to go after the people that did the car. But I know.
The
I know.
people
Freedom
that
what?
was in the car,
Huh?
the people that were in the car, his friends,
Are suing him because it was not. They didn't have safety harnesses in there for them to use.
didn't they have a seatbelt?
But see, this car has
It's been souped
720
up so
freaking
fast.
horsepower. This is a
That
Barracuda.
is
This is
too
some you can't.
fast
Yeah, this is some
not to
aftermarket
have.
APS muscle cars.
Yes. Yes.
Earthy sun.
Friends.
So I have a question. Does his wife, they have a open
You never know
marriage?
if I saw it.
They wasn't supposed to, but it's open now after they
Oh,
say
my.
on video. They're not supposed to have an open
Well,
marriage,
he
but
made a public apology for having the affair on
Oh, he
his
did?
wife. He did.
on this current one of the first wife that he was having an
No,
affair
on
with
the
the current
current,
wife.
current wife, the
Current
one
wife.
that
Because the
was having
current wife
affair
was the
with
side
first
bitch for
one.
the
Right.
first wife.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that one, he made a public
You hear that,
apology.
friend?
Right.
Yeah,
He
they say
did,
how they
and you know
come
why
together.
he did?
Why did he?
Because he said that he was not gonna let this person blackmail him. So he said, I
The
might as
$60
well.
million lady.
He just said, I'm just gonna keep with it because I don't want, he said, you're not gonna blackmail me, you're not gonna be I'm just gonna come out with my shit. That's what he said.
Yeah, but
Those are his words. He's like, I'm gonna come out with my shit because you're not gonna blackmail me.
Shelly, what's
So
the
he ain't
60
even, he
million
just gonna
for?
tell her off top, just.
Yeah, he just told, he was like, yeah, yes, I did, yes.
What?
That's what, yes.
I think that's what initially happened. He said he's not gonna be blackmailed.
Failed,
He's
right.
just gonna tell his wife, and he told his wife, and he made an apology on TMZ.
Right, he sure did. Public apology.
But how did we get to 60 million? That's what I wanna know. What happened for 60
Maybe the
million?
sex
Well,
wasn't
the
good.
the
Oh,
reason
wow.
why, the
That was
reason
good.
why is because even though he did say he cheated, she's trying to get money to say, I'm gonna tell more, I'm gonna leak more. So the tape is the issue that he did not want it released, but it looked like it was. Looked like it was.
Well, like, when you don't hear all of this.
He
what do you
said, fuck it, let it
Part
all
of it
come
was,
out.
at least, that seemed.
You know, just a picture from it, but the whole tape is what trying to get the 60 million for.
But, okay, come on, would you give someone 60 million? I already publicly said we had sex.
Right.
Maybe I even said we had wild sex. So why am I gonna give you 60 million because you're gonna leak the tape?
And if you're my
Everybody
husband,
knows.
I know what kind of sex you have.
Well, maybe she should cut it down to
Basically,
40.
right?
Or
To
maybe
40,
she
maybe
should-
not,
Maybe.
people are freaky dicky, but, you know.
Right, well, maybe she didn't want her.
Well, Lena said about 40 million, maybe we could just cut it off.
down to 40 million.
Cut down.
I wouldn't give her 40 pennies, no.
No, I don't think so.
No. Mm-mm. He got bigger lawsuits.
Cause my
Carter
thing
thing.
is, it's probably out there anyway. Once it's out there, it's out there. Come on, it's out there. I'm gonna waste 40,000, 60,000 on that. Shit, you see my ass? You see my ass? Oh. Like,
But he did. Family unity, integrity.
I'm not
Where
paying
did
for
this
it.
family breakdown? Let's
I'm not paying for it.
The leadership.
And that's another
very
thing.
easy.
What is that about? We already know what this is about. Anyway,
What is
what
what about
bothers
Shelly?
me is you have a wife. She's beautiful. I mean, I don't understand. Why are you over there doing that?
And she
And
did
what's
my
hard-
lawn.
Looks don't mean nothing.
I
Right now,
understand that. I
men are
understand they are
hunters.
hunters.
They
I
hunt.
I understand that they are hunters, but what bothers me is you know somebody. You're a celebrity. Come on. You know it's gonna get out. How is that gonna get out?
Well, that part.
That part.
Well,
That
I
part.
think
That's just
the women
stupid.
have to realize is that it doesn't last forever.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
doesn't?
What doesn't?
The affair. And so they get
Okay.
mad when they're not getting the
Kinda
same thing, so
too.
now they're telling it.
That's what happens with the breakup. That's when
That's-
shit
that's
go
the
all
breakup.
to the
That's when
side.
we go to the
When he be
side.
like, you know what, I'm cool. I don't want to bang no more. Then here
I've
come Eve.
had enough.
There go Eve. Here she come Delilah.
Well, she's different.
Mhm.
This one's different.
Angie,
Okay,
you're
this was
very
different.
quiet.
Each woman is different.
I don't know.
What?
Angie said she
From my
had
own
nothing to say
personal
about this.
experience, I'm gonna keep quiet.
She is hilarious.
What'd you say, Melina? I'm sorry.
Well, men should actually learn, to be very honest. They keep repeating the same cycle. I'm sorry. They just keep repeating the same cycle, so they should know better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After a
so
while.
it's nothing new under the
I don't
sun.
think it's, I don't think it's generalized to men.
Oh, with the
that's very
ladies?
true.
But there is a
Well,
difference.
When you look at all the literature, women are outdoing the men.
Well,
Right,
wasn't it? We talked
right.
about Fantasia earlier.
Keep it real.
Like a few years ago, Fantasia was sued
Uh-huh.
because of
For
having
that
an
humor
affair.
The
She
man
was
is suing the
someone's-
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
He
true.
did, he did.
So I have a
But either
question.
way.
I have a question to put on the table though.
Yes.
And it seems to be a debate. Is it true that of course men are hunters, but they can dish it out, but they can't take it?
Wow.
Is that true? Is that true?
You know, I have not
It's true.
heard
It's
from
true.
Miss Frida Ross.
Tonight.
I would like to know your opinion, Miss Frida Ross.
About that?
Yes, can they take it?
No, absolutely.
But they can dish it out. That's what I heard. People say.
No,
No.
they can't.
There's
Why is
some
that?
women that act just like men and they can't take
So
it.
Dante, if you found out that your boo thing was just getting Bang, bang, bang.
I'm sick. I can't.
He calling in sick the next day to work.
Can't do nothing.
And you just happen to get wind of it on a tape.
That's on the internet.
See, that's different when there's a visual, I think. I think there's a difference in hearing than seeing. I think the visual
There's
is
clearly a difference.
so.
Joey Allen said
Again.
absolutely not. No to the no.
Okay.
Cause in your mind you could imagine what you think,
Right.
but when
Or
you
not
see
imagine,
it, or not
right?
imagine.
You can put limits
But when
on
you
how far I'm
see
gonna
it,
let it go.
All right.
He ain't even done that with me.
There you go.
What's up
Boom.
with that?
She don't care.
that may be the issue.
Maybe the issue.
Just that little problem right there.
That is a bit of a problem.
So what do you guys think about the fact that he's trying to sue the company that customized the car based on what he said and not based on safety? That's another issue that they're talking about. Why is he suing when he told them how he wanted the car? He wanted everything to be original. So the safety harnesses were not placed in the vehicle. And they did a survey on about 8 different companies, and 6 of them said they would have done it exactly the way that he wanted it, and 2 of them said they would have said, this is not safe, we're not gonna do it.
But that's what money does for you.
Right.
Get people to
interesting.
bend the rules.
But now
Did
he's suing
they
them.
sign a disclaimer?
That's the thing.
That, I mean, legally, if we go to court,
A release
that
of
becomes
liability.
the release of liability.
Right,
There you
right.
go.
Did the customizations even put that on the table?
Well, the
Right.
customization, I think, has the obligation to put that on the table to
Right.
say
This is
that
not safe.
this car was made in 1941 or 75, right? And these are the standards now for 20, wherever we are, 19. And to waive away the right of liability.
Well, it has to do with the that engine, that 720 horsepower.
Power.
That's what's causing the requirement for the harnesses, because now you in a full-fledged fucking race car,
Right.
rocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got
You
you know,
That's
race
right.
car
It's
drivers
like
are
a
really
race car
rolling,
drivers
because now you
harness
created a
sales.
race car.
Mhm.
You know, I know APS muscle cars. Well, shit, my husband Mimo had a real, you know, because the APS muscle car, he builds muscle cars, and he had a real impact with the crash, because you know his attitude was like, just because you got the money to buy these high end, I mean expensive in terms of what you driving under this motherfucker. Because you got the dough to get it, does not mean that you will qualify for that vehicle. First of all, you wasn't even
He
behind
gives
the
Jordan
wheel.
that lecture all the
No, he
time.
was in the back seat. And
You see what I'm saying? You're not even driving this. You buy this and you don't like William always said, you don't know this is some real shit.
You know, that's
this
what,
is not a
that's
fucking
what
toy.
William told you. He said, let me tell you, he lectured Jordan. He was like, let me tell you, this ain't to be played with. This is, you gotta be serious with
Yeah.
this, and don't pull out this red key, whatever that shit is.
Yep,
Unless
that
you-
turbo what? Yeah.
Yeah, but
The turbo
he's
power.
very serious about that, but I
Right.
think,
It's a weapon.
yeah, it's serious.
It's a weapon.
Yeah, so that's what that.
But it goes back to, like you said, money. Kind of like, I hate to bring up other
Stupid old
celebrities,
car.
but it kind of goes back as if you have money. That's the same thing happened with Kanye's mom. She kept going until she got somebody that was.
Gonna do the
Same
surgery.
thing with Michael Jackson. He kept going until, I'm just saying. I'm
I
just saying.
love Mike.
I love him too. I love Michael, but he loved the milk.
Little propofol.
And he found
It did
somebody
take
that-
take him down.
He found somebody that loved money.
Yeah. He was paying him a lot of money each year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough.
It's rough out there.
It sounds to me, if you are listening, HBO and Netflix, Kevin needs another show.
No, he does.
Shit, Kevin needs to figure out a walking kid. That's what he got to do. He got that physical therapy going.
G.
Fuck on. No
And you know he gonna
disrespect.
come out with jokes on
He's
that.
not gonna get
Boom,
the
boom,
60.
boom,
She's
boom.
not
Do you
gonna
really
get
think
60
he's gonna
million.
recover?
See, I'm
Oh my
gonna say-
Recover financially?
I would like to believe he is.
They gonna come with
That-
what?
That's that, but
To
go
recover,
ahead.
because that was a
Right.
major,
Yes.
major back injury.
Yes.
And
Yes.
money can't.
Yes,
do
fix
anything
that.
with
And that
You
everlasting
know, I don't
pain.
even know the extent of his injuries
Oh.
exactly. Do you got, can somebody
That
share
I
that
did
with
not
me?
look up, but I know
I
that
don't know that.
3. We
The
can
lumbar
his
column.
back,
three.
his back
Well,
was
does he have a
broken in
metal in his
three.
back?
Now,
Is
let
it
me
metal?
Google.
It was broken in 3 places, I believe.
So he's trying to recover now. I did read about it doing the physical therapy with Lena said with the high power
I
drug.
wonder what level was.
Because he's been on a
he couldn't
really
take this.
intense high dose of drugs because of the intense pain and pain in that back. You just know regular arthritis. You can fall, chip lead and shit and hurt your ass and you fucked. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying it's not. I don't know if it's just whoo.
And
Yeah.
he's still in recovery.
Cause you
so
talking
there's
about
many-
pain
and many things that they can
that comes
discover.
with the drugs. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Look at Dante. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
They need
saying.
to just keep his ass out of trouble. His little ass need to go down and sit somewhere. Just stay out of trouble.
We gotta say a
Please.
prayer for him. Praise be.
You know, it just says major, it says serious back injuries.
Yeah,
It doesn't
three
give any
places.
specifics.
I think it's 3 places.
It is for sure. We just use so many articles out there, but anyway, I missed a
They're
part.
saying it's being downplayed. It's gonna take him months
Mhm.
to recover.
Mhm.
Months.
Well, of course, you're gonna have your media people do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Well, they can't let you.
It's
home.
very serious. I think it's
Yes.
extremely serious.
He doesn't want the public to know about his major injuries.
So that's why you went home first?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, that's why he went home first, yeah. He didn't want the public.
And I think when you get into that type of accident, you have so much adrenaline going, he didn't even know he was in that much pain.
He wants his inner circle to downplay his injuries. So to me, I don't know, maybe it won't be just months, maybe it might be longer. If your back is broken in 3 places, just
Roll.
sit down. Sit down.
Yeah, it's some intensities, but you know, we wishing him love
And,
Yeah,
and,
wishing him
and
well.
healing his way.
and amen.
Physically and mentally.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Shelly, see what you got next on the docket for us.
Those are the 2 major ones that I know Tanya wanted to talk about Malika Yoga.
Yes.
I don't even know, what is the Malik Yoga?
Okay.
What is that?
So Malik Yoba has decided that he was going to be the voice of the LTBG plus community.
Okay, hold on.
The LTBG plus.
So that's why he with the lady with the Jenner.
So he decided that, and in this interview, he said that he was attracted to transgender females.
For all.
Wait a minute. He said that it was trans attraction, and that he loved all women. So what I did understand what he was saying is he loves femininity. He loves
get
when
that.
he sees a beautiful woman. What he did not say is that once he sees them, that it doesn't allow him, he doesn't back up and take another course. He continues to be engaged with them. And this is since he was at the age of 16. Did you hear it on the Breakfast Club?
He likes
Oh, age of 16.
He likes women no matter if you were
Transgender or
born a
whatever,
man.
or not, yes. Like Teddy Pendergrass and Eddie Murphy, but anyway.
Yikesradio.com.
You know, they talked about Teddy Pendergrass and Eddie Murphy saying that they may not have known, but they probably knew it was another,
Come on.
a man
Okay,
turned
I
on.
just need a point of clarification. So Malik Yoba
It's a
likes transgenders.
He has a trans
whether-
attraction.
A trans attraction, whether they have completely transitioned or not.
Yes, because it's their femininity.
He's
that is-
attracted to the he's attracted to beautiful women. I see that because there are some trans women
that are beautiful.
that are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But once you find out as a man and you say you're heterosexual, and the new thing is you're cis assigned, and cis assigned means the gender that the doctor gave me at birth. So that's what they're saying now. I was cis assigned. That's not really who I'm in. The doctor assigned me all this crazy stuff, right? And so
Okay, Dante has a different opinion. Here.
That's really good.
Please,
Right?
we want a male opinion too.
Cisgender means you agree with what you were given at birth.
right, but you're assigned by the doctor. That's
So, but it's also what other people agree. So, like, if Lori sees you and you're a cisgendered woman, she's gonna understand you to be a cisgendered woman because you look like a cisgendered woman. It's like how we all are. Same as like,
identified at birth.
yeah, but when we see each other, it's all black people in here. So it's kind of like everybody sees you as a cisgendered woman, not you just say that
Right.
you're a cisgendered.
But they were saying that the cisgender women, and correct me, if they were saying that if you're cis assigned or cisgender, that's because the doctor gave that to you, but that may not be your identity.
Right.
Right. So that's what he was talking about. But he said he is physically attracted to all women, regardless of if they were transgender women. He did say that, didn't he? Did you hear it on the Breakfast Club?
So what does that make him?
He said he's heterosexual.
Mm.
And shut up.
But what he did not answer is, has he had an intimate relationship?
Sure he has.
Oh, he did not answer that?
He was not clear with that. Do you agree?
But I think
Yeah.
you should put it in
His
context,
fluid,
you know, the
fluid.
reason why he brought that up. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Also.
Give me the context, cause I was just like dumbfounded.
Yeah.
You got caught.
The reason that he brought it up to begin with was because of the things that's going on with the transgendered population, you know, this hate crimes, how they're being killed,
Murder.
how they're being
And
just
African-
treated,
yeah.
period, you know what I mean? And him having the status that he has, he felt that if he came out with his truth and in support of that community, you know, he just wants to let people know, you know, that this is not right. It doesn't matter.
Well, the
In
hate
fact,
crimes-
I am a man that
Who's
is
attracted.
attracted to
All
transgender. He was specific.
Yeah.
So he
But the
likes,
hate, because it was another transgender on the show that said, you know, I have these heterosexual men that will be with me and will never take me out in public. But with the reason why the transgender, it was a high in the African American community where these transgender females were getting murdered because they weren't disclosing that they were men.
Yep.
And then the heterosexual man
Found
found
out.
out
They
and
killed
they
them.
killed them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? You just find out in
just
the
go
womb.
home.
It's the third.
Because when
day.
you're intimate and they have all these surgeries and all this type of stuff, you think
Look
you're
at
slipping
that.
it one way, you're slipping it in their rectum.
I
And they
would,
don't even know.
And
I
they
would
don't
hang
even know.
up the shoes after that and
People said they would
probably kill
commit
myself.
suicide. No, that's what they
But-
said. A
but
true man
I'm not a
would
person to
commit
kill
suicide.
myself, but like, you know, I really think I know genetics and you know, women and men, you know what I'm saying, but
This surgery they have nowadays. I mean,
no, it's unforgiving if you can't tell me that what you was and that happened.
But in
It's
my
been in
mind,
danger.
I'm not me. It's not me.
Danger.
In their mind, they identify as a woman.
Yeah, I
So
know.
they're a woman. That's what they're saying. I know
I
what
would say
you're talking about.
ask
I'm
with
saying.
baby pictures.
But you know what?
I need to see some baby
Look,
pictures.
Right.
You know what? Now, and not just now, but for years now,
Yeah.
these people are so good, for lack of better terms,
Right.
at being
Disguising.
who they are, because this is who they are. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand this. They just it's a foreign concept. They just don't get it. But when a person is willing to go to any lengths to be of another gender, that person is and truly identifies as that other gender. But I'm saying this to say, you know, you said that you would know pretty much. That would be some. Let me tell you something. Even being intimate with these people, these people have learned
Right.
how
Femininity.
to do
Men-
certain things and how to move certain ways and how to engage
Right.
in sexual activity with men in a manner in which you would not know that
Right.
you were.
Make me look
Yeah.
inexperienced.
No, I'm telling you. I'm
Look,
telling you.
okay.
Brenda, make me look inexperienced.
Okay? I'm telling you.
I
Are
have
you
a
referring
question
to
then.
before they
I have a
have their
question.
reassignment?
No,
now?
yes, absolutely.
I have a question.
I'm just having a hard
absolutely.
time
No.
grasping
Yes,
how
they
that
can.
possible.
No, they can't.
Yes,
Because
they can.
I
If
just
we are
want
going
it.
to engage in actual intercourse, unless the room is completely black dark,
I haven't.
I am going to have to find
I
out.
see what you're saying, because
that
they have
there
that
is
piece there.
right.
But what happens, like I said, they have
the
trained themselves and they know that these people can do something with that member. And another
Check it.
thing that they do is they don't allow that person
To get
to
access
touch
to it.
them
Right.
like that. They are the aggressor.
Right, well, let me
Do
say,
you understand what I mean? So it's not like
So they
everything
flipping
is going-
over.
let me
Shut
say,
up.
let me say
I'm
one
just
thing. That's weird when you're talking about the truth come to light, and you are
And they
probably
touch
absolutely right. I was on Long Beach Boulevard one day,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make this revelation. And I was coming in my
You
car,
said,
and I seen something. I said, "She bad. I got to have. I want to have."
Have her
And she
number.
said, "Wait here when it's $100 or woo." I said, "Well, let me go to the bank. I'll be right back." So when I got to the bank,
Oh, you talking about prostitution.
and well, whatever she was, that was been a while back. It's been like 20-some, 30-some years. But she was bad. The thing was bad. And it got up in my car. Yikes! It got up in my car.
Be honest with us.
And when it got in the car, I all of a sudden I had
He did like
doubts.
this. He said,
I had doubts. And then I told the thing, I said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it anymore. He said, what you mean? And then he took his feet and bust my windshield out. And they had police everywhere. She said, I don't care. I don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? And the police did take the thing to jail.
Oh, Lord.
I'm so glad that I didn't, but everything looked like the thighs, the breasts, it was beautiful, the hair, but it's just certain with the structure, I'm like, you better pass.
But 20 years ago,
They
they
was
weren't as
back then.
advanced as
No,
they
that's what I was
are
saying,
now.
so you're right.
And again, in that act, like when they go and they're not wanting to, and that's the thing, they should be upfront from the
That's
gate.
what I was gonna say.
Right?
Legal part
They
is
should, because it's
The
just
legal part.
wrong, right?
The
But
legal part.
they are able to engage in sexual intercourse with straight men,
Whoa.
and the man does not never know that he has been with
Oh,
a
wow.
And this is
transgender
not
individual.
is there
And I'm
real
talking
entry?
about intercourse.
Okay,
Yeah,
real
yeah.
entry intercourse?
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real entry, just real
Yeah.
entry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But there's certain things that women, I mean, secrete. I mean, they
Right.
can't fake that.
Listen,
Right.
listen,
I mean,
I'm
I'm
getting
sorry.
ready to tell you
I mean, how is
that, and I'm gonna qualify myself by saying that I work with them. You know, there's a large population of transgendered people that are addicts, that are homeless.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And suffer from mental health issues.
Okay.
And they have taken the hormone. I'm telling you, the medicine
Mhm.
is amazing
It is. I have a
because
cousin.
The
they
hormones.
are women. Not only do they always thought and felt this way, but now the way that things are in the medical
beginning to
field, they are women. And I know people
By
beg to differ.
hormonal stuff.
Yes, and so that you're talking about, the secretions and whatnot, they have that. I'm gonna tell you,
Because
they
of the
do.
hormones.
Okay, so be careful.
Because of the hormones.
They got estrogen and it's
Right.
and you
Yeah.
can't take testosterone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it is.
Or
And I'm glad, to be
It's another
honest with you, I'm really glad.
No, I mean, and I just think,
there it is.
you know, for me, it's, that's great. I'm very happy for you. I can't imagine how it would feel for me to think myself one way and the world to react to me a different way. But just as, you know, if I had some type of contagious disease, I have an obligation to disclose to my
Absolutely.
partner I have syphilis.
Yeah.
Would be the same
Yes.
obligation
Yeah.
I think you have to disclose
I agree.
to
The legal side
your
of it.
partner.
They should.
I
You
They
know?
should.
I
They
And
should.
many do.
But and there's many that do, but men don't, because that makes them that confirms their femininity. And a lot of them are one night stands, or you know, the first time, so the men doesn't get a chance to know. Now they were talking about this other show that they were saying that they have some men that are married they constantly are in a relationship with. He just won't take them anywhere. He won't do anything because they're attracted to femininity. And when you see them, I mean, they're not walking out with a Crenshaw shirt on and jeans and tennis shoes like me.
No.
They fly.
Yes,
Beautiful.
they are
They
beautiful.
beautiful.
They are.
I mean, their makeup is with their
Yep.
hair is there, their shoes, and they got heels. They look like a better woman than the actual woman.
Look, they
Right.
even got pretty feet
Right.
now.
They big as hell.
And then I'm
They
gonna
great.
tell you something else too. I strongly do believe that a man that says he's heterosexual, that says he's straight, has a wife and this and that is attracted to trans women or attracted to whatever. You know, you have some, they're not even just attracted to trans women. They're attracted to men. You know, those that's on the DL. They don't consider themselves gay.
They
Those are
don't.
gay men.
I'm gonna send you
Those
guys a
men
new.
are
There's
gay.
a,
I'm gonna
has
send you
anybody
guys.
seen that show Pose?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys really, you should watch. You should watch Pose. It's a very, very good show.
Yes, it is.
I didn't know much about transgender or the transgender community, and I kept saying, I don't know if I want to watch that. But oh my gosh, I like binge watched it in like 3 days because it really gave me insight to the lives, the loneliness, the isolation, the struggle that this group of people really go through, and it really humanizes them, you know. So kudos to whoever wrote or is writing Pose. It's a wonderful, wonderful show. What's that?
So this is the new chart that came out. It's L just, you know, Joy.
Keep adding.
LGBTQQIAAP.
What does that mean?
Okay, what is that?
I'll send it to everybody
Yeah.
so you guys can see it, but it's, my phone is wrong.
Could you go over it?
It's
briefly?
L is lesbian,
Mhm.
G is gay, B is bisexual, T is transgender. So that's how it first start off, LGBT community. Now it's transsexual, so you was transgender, now it's transsexual, queer, questioning, intersex, ally, asexual, and pansexual.
Can I explain that? Can I
Yes,
explain
you can.
Alright, so sexuality is a spectrum, right? There's some people that are gay, there's some people that are straight, there's some people that
Or
like
bi.
bisexual, and there's some people that like doing this, that, and the other. So it's this big circle, and everybody's got little points. There's lesbians, there's gays, there's straight, there's heterosexual. So when they keep adding words, it's because they're just realizing and learning this whole spectrum of sexuality is so expansive, and there's people, like you were saying, Lori, that are being dehumanized simply because of their sexuality, that we're trying to be inclusive with our movement. So LGBTQ, I just say LGBTQ plus, and they keep adding stuff, and
I like that.
I learn about what they're doing. I don't agree with it. I'm a Christian, you know what I mean? Everything that they say is what I'm supposed to not be doing. That's sin. But I'm not gonna tell them
How to feel.
how to feel.
Yeah.
You're wrong for that. I'm not gonna say don't do that, this, that, and the other. All I can do is pray. For my kids, all I can do is pray with my kids that this, you know, that they have the correct thinking. You know what I mean? That they have spiritual thinking. They have spiritual guidance, I should say, not correct thinking. But yeah, just being understanding to them being humans, because we always dehumanize them.
Right.
Man can say he's heterosexual, but we'll say, you know, he's gay. He said he's heterosexual. That's what he chooses to. He likes women. Maybe these women look a little different.
Right.
Maybe they're not our
You
understanding.
talking about Malik? You talking about
Yes.
Malik? Call him out.
Malik, but if he says he's a heterosexual man, that's his business. I don't care what Malik Gilbert does with anybody else. That's not my business. But that's, if he chooses to do that, he chooses to do that.
Yeah, I just can't help think, like, again, the legal side of it, I guess that's the part that I have a problem with. Whatever you are, I think it's very important that you let that person that you're going to be involved with, they should know whatever it is, whether it's Q, P, whatever. They need to know that, and I think that's the part that I would have a problem with, because I would think that you're being deceptive and not letting that person know. Just like Lori said, I gotta tell you if I got herpes or I have AIDS. I gotta tell you if I'm queen, whatever, GBT, whatever.
Sure. I think another good thing about it's still, people still take issue with it, right? But the analogy that I give to people when I'm speaking to family members who are having a hard time dealing with this are, you know, we have very small children that are killing themselves, harming themselves, wanting to kill themselves because they are inside a body that they do not identify with. Now, you know, some people will say that this is deviant behavior. Some people will say this is not natural, it's not Christian-like. But 4, 5, and 6-year-olds don't just wake up one day and be like, you know what, I don't feel like a girl, I'm a boy. That doesn't happen. I believe, just like, you know, we get pregnant and we're carrying a child, and these children come out with issues, mongoloid children are come out with different issues. I truly do believe that something happens in vitro when you have a small child that's a girl and she identifies as 100% boy from a very, very small age. That child is expressing who he really is, you know. So I'm really happy that they have these outlets now, and they have the support of the different communities. I'm glad that people are becoming more accepting of them, because we're losing a lot of children.
I agree with you.
We're losing them. They're killing themselves because they can't be who they are, and that's not fair. You know, just because the other people don't understand it.
I'm still confused about it, honestly.
Well, it's confusing.
And I get your point, but I think that we're more accepting of it too, and it's the things that go on in the household, like Angelina Jolie with her child dressing completely. That's something that she has socially accepted. That's something that child has seen. I don't think mentally, personally, at 3 years old, based on DNA and genetics and mental thought process that a child knows gender.
That little girl that you're talking about,
Mhm.
Shiloh,
Mhm.
that
But she's
little
like 6,
girl
right?
From yes, well,
Mhm.
actually probably a little older than that.
Yeah, but I'm talking about at 3.
From the
Yeah.
time they said that little girl started walking and talking, they knew just from her actions that she was different.
I agree.
And they come here like that. Believe me.
Yes, because
They
I
come here
but,
like
but
that.
also the parents could have been like, I know
You
you're
can't
different.
do that. That's the reason why we have them committing suicide. That's the reason why
But
they
you know
get
what?
into drugs and stuff.
I personally, Jackie and I had a really good friend who we call family. You know, we were related through marriage, and we knew something
Wasn't.
was amiss.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying, and not judging it. Please, I don't want people, because my philosophy is I'm a minority 2 times. I'm a
Mhm.
black woman,
Mhm.
and so I know how it feels to be ostracized,
Mhm.
isolated, all of those things. But he was always different,
Did
and
you
I
know
do
it young?
believe there was something in vitro that happened. I mean, you know, gender
happens.
assignment. We both starred in vitro as a same sex. We're asexual,
Right.
right? And so then either the clitoris goes in and it becomes a vagina, or it goes out, right? And doctors have
That's
made
the
calls
hermaphrodites.
on
Mm-hmm.
penises that were too small to be like penises, to assign them female gender or
Mhm.
whatever. But this and I would call him my nephew, he always gravitated toward things that were feminine. And no
Mhm.
matter what type of conscious, intentional efforts we made, and I don't know, I don't understand why, but he had role models, he had all of it, and he came out and he's openly gay now. So I don't know.
It's like that.
Well, actually, yes, because I have a nephew actually that's truly transgender, and we actually saw it when he was little. I can see it. But what was amazing though, his mother actually embraced it.
Yes.
He went towards the pink bike, he went towards the boa, she got it for him. My brother can understand it, he still deal with it, but we actually seen him when he was little, so it was in him when he was born. Even when he crawled toward a doll.
But you know, I do think the other side of that too is, I know of some individuals, I'm just gonna call them individuals, who have a gay lifestyle, right? And so they're raising children, which I think, I don't know if that child, if I saw in that child the same thing that I saw in my nephew, but they're being given those images. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's what
Kind of
I'm
like
talking about.
they're being reinforced through
Right.
socialization,
Mhm.
right? That not necessarily that you crawled toward the pink bike, but let me talk to you at 2. You have free choice and you have free will.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can wear a
That's what I'm
dress
talking
today,
about.
or you can wear
Oh, no.
pants tomorrow. You know, you have free choice and you have free will. You don't have to be a girl or a boy. I do think there are people, parents
pushes that
out
agenda.
there
That
who
parents
take
that
that
work.
type of parenting style. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because I wouldn't have been able to buy my son a pink bike in the house.
Well, you had a husband.
But she had a
It's
husband.
harder for men.
My husband was like, but why we buy? We're not gonna be buying. No, then he just gonna get the bike. So I wouldn't have been able to. That wouldn't have happened.
I get that.
And so
I had a problem with putting light blue on my son.
I get that.
I mean, like as an infant, that light blue, that's
baby
got to
blue was
go.
cute.
I thought it was too. He was like, don't put my son in no
See,
baby
the
blue.
point that you were just making about like when the gay or lesbian families are raising children, and I know what you're saying, like they're seeing this, it's being reinforced, this type of lifestyle,
Yeah.
right? But they can't make a kid gay or lesbian. That's just not gonna happen. Now, I will give you that we have some people who kind of happen upon the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because
No,
they're
but the
just
lifestyle
freaks.
can be a choice,
It
and it
can.
doesn't
No,
have to
that's
be.
what I'm telling
it
you.
doesn't
That's
have
what
to
I'm
be a
getting
freaky
for.
choice. And
That's
I
what
don't.
I'm getting for.
There's
too.
a differentiation between people, and I think this is where lies the argument. Are you born lesbian? Are you born
Yes, some people
gay?
are.
Or are you accepting, or you gravitate, or you enjoy that type of lifestyle?
As a
And
matter
I've met people who, today I like men, tomorrow I like women,
Yeah.
the third day I like none of the above.
That's because sexuality, like
It's
you said,
fluid.
It's fluid and it's a spectrum. Like you can't, like you said, you can't. A kid isn't born gay. A kid isn't born into a certain lifestyle. You just choose. Oh, I like doing this on Saturday nights. Oh, I like the way she looks when she does that at the club. Like that's what you like to focus on. Or I like when I go out with the homies and I go on with this other friend and we just kick it and it's just us and that's what I want to do. Or I like transgender people, Malik Yoba. So it's just a spectrum. Everybody chooses what they want to do.
Yeah, and I think what you're socially introduced to also plays a big part. We're acting like socialization doesn't play a part.
I think it does too.
So I believe that God created men and women, and that's just how I'm gonna live.
And he
I
did.
And I believe that once something happens, like if you see your child acting up in a way, this didn't just happen. This was happening back in the day. It was just a stronger village. Like they were so against it, they didn't allow it to happen. Now, as they got older, they probably came out because they were more independent. But in their household, they weren't. You couldn't be raised in a household and all of a sudden decide I was going to be a woman
But-
and I'm a man.
Right.
But that's
I
what
have-
that's what
I'm just saying, I'm just saying the truth.
That's not what happens though. When you are parenting to a child, like the Brad Pitts and Angelina Jolie with Shiloh, that child from the gate. I mean, this little girl was always boyish. She never ever agreed, wanted to put on anything that had to do with a little girl. And it's a blessing that she had the type of parents that she did, because when you don't is when you foster the men, and the substance abuse issues and stuff like that. And to what you were saying, Dante, about, you make a choice. Little kids don't have that the ability to say, I'm gonna be gay, I'm gonna be straight. They don't know anything about that. They don't know anything about that. What they know is what they feel like. And
But they can be influenced.
but for the most part,
Yeah.
gay and lesbian men and women who came here that way, it didn't have anything to do with influences.
I don't understand.
It did not. They something happens in vitro. I say wires get crossed.
I think
I
that for
don't
the
know.
hermaphrodite or the ones who have suboptimal
No.
I
fetal
have
size and
a,
stuff like that, but
I have a cousin, and I saw his name on Facebook, and his name was like Natalie Hoyt. And I said, which Hoyt is this? Natalie? So while we go through my brothers, whose son, where did he come from? What? And so I got the number and I called. I said, what's going on, cuz? Or what's up? And he said, we get to talking. Well, what's up, Rod? And then he said, well, I'm transgender. He come right with it. And like I, as a person, I had no partiality because I love people for like he says, saying what you want to decide to be,
I
you want to
agree
be.
with that too.
But my brothers, some other family, oh hell no, the Hoyts ain't never had no faggot in the family.
Yeah.
It goes straight like to just rule with
Boom.
it, but he would be a good person one day when we get to invite him on this show.
To talk about it.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
find out from somebody that's really been through where it started, like the Angeline Jolie,
I don't agree.
where it started at even.
So I'm not saying that I disagree. Your lifestyle, your business is your lifestyle, your business. I
I'm
do
just saying I don't
believe that if
understand
you're a transgender and you're in a relationship with somebody that thinks you're a certain sex, you should
You should
disclose.
tell
But yeah.
Right.
However, I do
Deception.
think that parents are more liberal now and they're more accepting of
Mhm.
stuff. And that social environment in your home can sway you more in a direction if it's accepting.
Exactly.
I just think so. Now, are they like that? I don't know. I believe God made male and female completely. Period. And what happens when they come out, I don't know what happens. Do you see signs when they're little? Yes. But I'm just saying that sometimes there's some persuasion and this whole thing about being who you are and doing all this and just being all free, I think that's the reason why we're getting more towards Sodom and Gomorrah and more like the way it was before in the Bible. They would see it, but they weren't transgender. They didn't have sex and operations and all that stuff. You were just you were a gay male or you were a lesbian. Now you can change your whole physical appearance.
Born in the wrong body.
I think they was doing that in Sodom and Gomorrah.
They didn't have surgery back
I
then.
really did.
No, they didn't.
They were doing stuff.
They was doing well, but they didn't have surgery. They might have been tucking
They were doing
their
some
stuff and getting on their knees.
I want to pose a question to
So
you
I-
guys, right?
I have a question for you as well. So what do you think about the transgender male that transitioned into a woman who still like women?
Yeah, that,
I
that,
don't-
We're
It's
talking about
not- that-
what's his name?
Yeah, that I
Callie, what's his
that's
name?
heavy. You know, it's I can't speak to the psyche of,
Right.
of them. You know what I mean? What I do know though is that okay, this is my maybe this will help, right?
Okay.
Do you think for 1 minute, panel, women of the chat, that a child would choose to live a life that was going to cause them the pain and get them the responses from other
don't think
people
so,
that
but I
they're gonna get? Do
understand
you think that they would
No.
choose that?
No, I don't think
Absolutely
so.
not.
I don't
And
think
that's
so.
the problem, when we don't understand something, that ain't
I mean,
right.
I agree, Frida, but I do think, as in all things,
They're
there are different
influenced.
degrees of things.
Yeah.
I do think there are a population of people who were born, as Rod said, in the wrong body.
I do
For,
think
That's
so.
my
for
point.
whatever
That's my
reason.
point.
And, you know, just to be clear that we're not judging
Anyone.
Not at
where you
all.
are or where
No, no.
where any person is. But I do believe, working at a university with the age population traditionally 18 to 22, 23 years old, where sexual identity is prevalent, there are a population of individuals that choose. They choose.
Well, yes, I
They-
said
they
that.
make that
Call
decision.
caller. I
Yeah.
said that.
Welcome
Absolutely.
to caller, please.
Hello, caller.
You're on the air. Hi, you're on the air. Who's this, please?
My name is Rob.
Hello, Rob. How are you tonight? What do you have for the show?
I'm great. I was just calling to see how can the seniors help support our youth in making them become like more attentive to the issues of today.
How our seniors can help our youth.
Right.
Yeah, I think, you know, our seniors can definitely help by telling your stories. You know, by spending time with people who are in your family or in your circle or in your environment. A good idea, a good activity is called a legacy board. And so what we do is we write out, whether it's pictures, whether it's stories or literature, and we talk about the things within our lives we're proud of. And we're passing that legacy on to the generations yet to come. That's what I would suggest.
And
All right. Thank you.
you're so welcome.
I never thought of that. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you for calling. We so appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. You have a blessed evening.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Pam, I want to thank all of you for this invigorating discussion tonight. It was wonderful. We have a couple minutes. Mr. Rod Hoyt, thank you for joining us.
You're
And
welcome.
I think the Poetess Reigns is going to take us out.
All right.
Well, guys, we've got a big show tonight, and again, as Lori say, we piggyback on Miss Lori G, and thank everyone for joining us on the panel tonight. You know, we've always had a great time in the studio with Shelly C. and Miss Tanya Michelle, and I bless you, Angie, for coming down tonight, and Valina, thank you so much. Of course, there's always good times with Miss Frida Ross and Dante and Whitley in the house. So next week, guys, I'm gonna say it out loud. Lori G. We gonna be talking about the Pussy
Ooh, wait.
Chronicles next week here.
Yikes.
Radio.com. Woo! So if you're not, come down to the studio.
Come on down, guys.
Got Relina,
The
right?
P Chronicles are going down. The P
And Miss
Chronicles.
Lisa, is Miss Lisa Boyd? Miss Lisa Boyd is her name. So we're gonna be here next week talking about
The P
The P Chronicles. I know my mama probably turn it over in her ashes and I said that online. But that's what we're gonna be doing here next week on the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Thank you so much for joining us and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, Frida, I have some, my little
Bang,
cousin.
bang. Bang, bang. Sure.
My little cousin.
Wow.